right. So, good evening, everybody. Well, today it's in English again. I hope we have many English people in here today, English Riot Racers fans, as this will be the official Ask Me Anything from Riot Racers. I'm excited for this. Maybe since our guest is running a bit late, I have to entertain everybody by myself, but that's okay. Maybe let's get it started with a quick. Is anybody fine when we talk some German, or is here somebody in here not speaking German at all? Then maybe raise your hand, because if there are only Germans in here, then I would switch to German. But I assume that there are some English-speaking people here. So just give me a quick feedback. Otherwise, my name is Jonas. I'm famous or popular in Discord as GDK. I wouldn't call it famous. English only. Awesome. Then this will be in English. Cool. Thanks for the feedback, guys. This will be in English then. So like I said, my name is Jonas. I'm doing these streams for the last couple months now. Started with Top Shot. And now I would say I'm the official streaming guy of our German NFT community, which is called the NFT Zoo. And so this is what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. I've been inviting interesting, exciting guests and interviewing them. Surprisingly, it's going very well so far. We had House of Kiba here. We had Moment Ranks last week. We have Riot Racers today. And I already have a few other projects in the pipeline for the next weeks. So definitely leave a follow here if you're more into the NFT space at all. And if you want to see some exciting interviews hosted by me, well, that's what you get then. Otherwise, like I said, we are the NFT Zoo. We are a German NFT community started up in May, maybe. And now we are close to 450 people, which is quite awesome. We share information, we do drops together, we fail together, we succeed together. We even have a real life meeting next month in Germany. So it's quite fun. And just writing to our guest. Nice. Okay, he's coming in 5 minutes, so that should be fine. So like I said, our guest today is from Riot Racers. Everybody who is in the project probably knows him. His name is George. And he's the official creative director from the project. So he's responsible for design, for cars, and all the other game assets. And I'm very happy that he will be joining today. And what I was going to say, let's see. Okay, it's 2 minutes. Yeah. So like I said, we did start up with like a small group of people, and now we are hopefully he's joining. Everybody hopes he's joining, that I don't keep talking. No, we have plenty to show. It's fine. I could even entertain you for like 15 more minutes, but it would be nice if he could be joining. So I got plenty of feedback from the Riot Racers Discord. There are so many questions in it, and even right now people are shooting questions. I went through all of them. I made a notepad and filtered out the best, and I gave it a little bit of a structure, so we hopefully can ask George as much as we can today. And it's going to be about an hour long. Ask me anything. You know how this goes with these things. time flies very fast. So we'll see how this will be going. There will be a giveaway by the end of the stream. We have Riot Racers sponsored 1,000 Riot tokens for us. So this is going to be quite exciting for everybody that they can win something. So we have 3 winners, each 333 Riot token, which are currently worth around 32 cents. Last time I checked, I think was this morning. So excited to have that later on. And speaking of giveaways and stuff, the the thing every streamer has to say once in his stream, please leave a follow here if you like it, if you like what you see. You can also subscribe with Amazon Prime, which gives a little bit of support to me and also to our community, which is fun. So if you're that kind, just hit the little follow and subscribe button. I would highly appreciate it. Other than that, I have whiskey ready, since I knew that George is a big whiskey guy. So Let's see where he is. I hope. All right. And yeah, until he joins, maybe we can do. Okay, it's 2 minutes apparently. Maybe we can do another little questionnaire. I would be interested in how many of you guys have actually Riot Racers cars so far. I know a lot of people from the Riot Racers Discord. Although I'm quite in there, I read a lot. So I do know a few names, but let me know how many cars do you have. I myself, I'm outing myself. I only have 2 right now. I have my Fuego. I don't know how it's pronounced correctly. Tracker, and I also have a rookie car, and I have an Asset Land. So I would be interested how many people actually have cars in here. I have 3. I have 3. Nice. So whoa. So if we 4th largest holder, man, that's nice. That's an honor. Did you hear 12? Oops, sorry. We have even one guy. Oh, it's our Zoo Director. Of course, he has 12. He is a big invested in the project. 6 rookie cars over here. Oh, that's an interesting team. I have as my, but I'm bust. Awesome. I got 1, but it's still stuck. Oh man, somebody help my man out here. Apparently, I also had a car stuck the last drop. Apparently, they're still stuck. I'm sure somebody will help you get that resolved. And 4 cars in a mechanic shop. Wow, nice. Mechanic shops are nice. How much are they flying right now? I think they are. It's not my standard browser. Let's see how much is mechanic shops. Yeah, about a 3 ETH. Nice. Cool. Okay, what else do we have? I only have 1 in real life. Yeah, I also have 1 car in real life. It's kind of sad, and it's an Audi, which, well, it's fine, but not the nicest. Okay, George, we are ready now. Let's see where he is. Long 2 minutes. Well, yeah. First of all, we have to give a shout out to George because he's in China based. Oh, there he is, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. So, George, are you ready? Can I give a thumbs up if you're ready? Then people see you. All right, cool. Then I would introduce George to everybody. Hey, man.
Hello, finally. I'm sorry it took so long.
You're totally fine, man. I was about to say it's really so nice of you to join us for like what time is it now? 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Yeah, I just cooked some dinner for my girlfriend or for my fiance.
Damn.
And yeah, okay.
Nice. So, appreciate you joining.
Now we have a big problem, which is I run out of alcohol. So the only thing I have is coffee and water. So I apologize. So I see you have a bottle there.
I prepared some of my whiskey. I have the remaining. I took it out for you.
I'm not kidding. Coffee, I have that much of some Johnny Walker, which I don't even know if it's real because obviously I'm in China. So but it tasted real, at least last time when I drank it. But after 1 bottle, then anyway, nice to be on Twitch with you. Talk about Riot Racers.
Yeah, man, super nice. Yeah, I was just about making a little bit of questionnaires where you were going. So there are a lot of car owners in here. If you browse through the chat, they all have 3, 4. One guy has 12, another one has 6. So many Riot Racers fans in here, which is nice. I see we have German and English mixed. That's also what I found out about them. So I would say we just get started since we are already here.
Sounds good. Do we have a chat on Twitch? I'm sorry, it's my first time using Twitch or
we do. I don't know. Are you on the official on our account? And otherwise, in the StreamYard, you are. If you go to comments on the top right, where you are right now,
there you should also see. Okay.
There's the chat. So they're already quite excited.
Is there an option to get this on full screen? Or wait a sec.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, technology and me, it just doesn't work out. Let's do it like this. Like, if there's some important comment, you just let me know, okay, and then we can.
Yeah, I can even highlight it. I showed you, so I can highlight it like this, then we see it on the screen.
Oh, so, cool. Who's Zoo Director? Is that Pizza 2? Probably.
Yeah, that's the Zoo Director. Oh, it was actually by accident. So that's our Zoo Director. Cool. Right. So, well, George, maybe we start up, like every interview I start up with a little bit of the background about the guests. So, okay. I mean, the first question would be, what are you doing in this crazy NFT space anyway? Like, how did you get here, and what's your NFT story, and then what's your like daily job right now?
My NFT story is basically probably like half of the people right now, which is COVID, obviously. I mean, COVID led to less and less normal work, right? And I think, well, when you have no work, then you just look for things to do, and I just put out some art, and for whatever reason, people started buying it, which I still don't understand. And then
come on,
somehow
I saw some, it looked great.
Yeah, I mean, those political things, obviously. I mean, yeah, I just try it out. I mean, I didn't really think much of it, and then well, half a year later, I'm on Riot, and everything is completely changed, out of place. And yeah, NFTs, man, I mean, it's a big change, definitely.
True. And so when you say you're at Riot now, maybe for people who don't know what you're doing exactly at Riot, can you elaborate a bit what exactly you're doing in the project?
Yeah, I'm on Riot since the very beginning, actually. Part of the core team. I'm responsible for the creative direction, for the designs, basically everything you see in terms of design assets like NFTs, especially. Well, it's a one-man job, basically. I'm responsible for them and designing them here in my little studio here in China. That's my
where
main.
Are you based? Where are you based exactly in China? Is that?
I'm based in Chongqing, which is kind of like west from.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a relatively unknown city with 30 million people.
Yeah, I was about to pretend like I know it, but I don't know it.
Yeah, nobody really knows. I mean, everybody knows Shanghai, Beijing, right? And
True.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So you said you were there from the beginning. I think I remember beginning was, when was the beginning? In May, earlier this year.
Well, the official beginning was kind of like May, June, but we started a little earlier. I believe it was February. The issue is NFT time. You know how it is. Like 1 week seems like 1 day, and then I mean I don't really know how much, but it feels like a decade, to be honest.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It does. It does. Cool. Okay. I assume that everybody in here probably knows what Riot Racers is. Can we maybe do like a like a 1 minute elevator pitch for maybe there was one guy who doesn't know what we talk about. I saw in the chat, so maybe for him, or can we give a 1 minute elevator pitch? What's Riot Racers anyway, and what like
1 minute elevator pitch without messing it up. How do I do that?
You can also take 2 minutes if you want.
No, that wouldn't be a pitch then. I mean, basically, obviously it's a play to earn game on the by using NFTs on the blockchain, which is the very, very boring explanation for what we do. But I think I would phrase it as if you like cars, and if you like NFTs, and if you don't want to spend $1,000 or $2,000, then Riot Racers is for you. And it's a very low entry point for everybody who's new in the scene. Basically, to be part of a community and to be able to race, be able to even earn some Riot tokens, and well, much more in the future too, definitely.
I think that was pretty good for
the worst pitch ever. I mean, come on, don't bullshit me.
No, I mean,
it's complicated to be, because I'm like 24 hours a day focused on Riot Racers, and it's like it's like brushing your teeth, or it's like taking a shower. It's like common sense to me, so it's difficult for me to phrase it into a.
I mean, but seriously, to give you some credit, I had the white paper pulled up today for quite some time again, and it is a complex system or matter with all the game assets and the stuff you plan and you already have been done. So I think it's quite tough to summon it up in 1 minute.
Maybe what we want to do, I mean, what we're going to do definitely is more or less, at least the goal of Riot Racers itself is to, like I don't know how old you are, but we are more or less, I think, kind of like in the 30s, right? 40s, somewhere there. So you still remember Need for Speed, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on, everybody played it. And I mean, what we try to create at least is a Need for Speed type of experience in the blockchain, which means that it's not going to be like Need for Speed, but it's going to give you a memory like Need for Speed. I think that's something we're striving to do. Building the most successful blockchain game, racing game. Yeah,
I love that you said that now with Need for Speed, because I had discussion earlier with my girlfriend. She was like, "Is this like Need for Speed or something?" And I was like, "I don't honestly know yet. We don't know." So
well, it's not. We're more like a mix between Need for Speed and Sid Meier's Civilization, or The Settlers, if you played them, or Command and Conquer, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more strategy. I think the problem with games in general, which are purely skill based, is that they exclude a lot of people. Like if somebody is not skilled enough, they will never play the game. But if you do it strategy, if you focus on the strategy, basically, then everybody can play the game, no matter if you're very skilled or not.
Nice. Well, it gets me excited. I'm a huge strategic fan guy. Like I play Anno a lot, and Command and Conquer was like my.
Anno was nice. Yeah,
Anno is time. Yeah, it's still nice. You should check out the current one.
If I had time, my friend, I would check it out.
Cool, man. Yeah. So you said you started up in May and June. Like, how can someone imagine the Riot Racers team right now? Like, how many people are we talking? Or do you have an office space where you meet once in a while, or is everybody working from home? How's the Riot Racers team looking?
It's still, again, COVID and those problems. The core team, I mean, most of the core team members are based in the US. I'm based in China, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The team you see in the Discord is obviously just a part of the team. The majority of the team is on Slack. That's where we communicate, right? In total, I think we should be totaling about 16 members right now, which doesn't include the moderators and the community managers and all those people. So I think roughly we could pull off about 20 people right now.
That's crazy. I didn't think so. You were so many.
It is crazy. For example, we have just one guy who's basically taking my 3D models and basically fixing them up so we can use them in Unity, which will be the platform we're going to use for the game, right? And he's just doing that. For example, we have one guy only doing that. I mean, it's very complex. The backend especially is very complex.
I assume it is. Well, that's a perfect segue to the more of the design part we're going to talk about, I would say. So I pulled up the cars here. Well, you know them better than anybody. Oh, nice. You're gonna have a smoke on camera. Sweet.
I can. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like 200 Riot tokens from me. Whoever counts how many smokes I have during the whole AMA. That's decided. Can we do that? I'm not kidding. Okay, 200 Riot tokens.
We shouldn't support smoking, but if you want to do it, we can do it.
It is for that's for anti-smokeness awareness. If we can make it like that.
Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah. No, I was like the cars. You know them probably better than anybody because you basically made them, right?
Yeah.
So the first question I also had earlier myself, like when you, or I assume they gave you the task to design some cars, and like how do you start it? And where do you get inspiration from? Do you go to your own garage and look at your car or Google stuff? Like what's the really first step in designing one of these cars? How do you even go? Which model how do we look and stuff?
The first time before we created the first drop, basically we just the core team back then we just had a talk and we just decided, okay, those are I think there were 4 cars or 5 cars that we just want to see in the game. The first cars like the Ferocious or like the Moonshot, like the Vagabond. So we wanted to create some kind of mix in order to test out what people like. And as a result, we saw that that's the Moonshot, for example. As a result, we saw that people most like the Ferocious, I think, the car which is based on a Italian sports car. And and then we just, I mean, at each and every job we just decided more or less about the cars. I give some suggestions, so everybody's giving some suggestions. We talk about it, and then we just pick which type of real world cars we want to modify a little bit, and then create as our assets.
Okay. Yeah, so I think it's pretty obvious. I don't even know if you're allowed to say, but well, I do like.
I don't know. I don't know too. Yeah.
I do like this Ferocious a lot. I have to say. I don't know if you saw my car earlier. I pulled up. I have a Fuego going.
Yeah, Fuego. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of the guys who my dream car was always like one of these old Mustangs, which probably this is also where this design comes from, maybe a little bit.
It might. I don't know. I can't.
Nice. Okay. So then, is it like, and maybe that's also an interesting question. Do you have some guidelines you have to, like, you can't obviously copy exactly an existing car model, or is the team giving you some guidelines on how to, like, what's the border here and there to go, or you can make crazy looking cars? Well, they all look kind of crazy. So is there any, or are you just free to design whatever, however you want?
I'm pretty much free to design however I want, and because when it comes to cars and copyright, it's a lot of legal jargon, which I don't want to bore everybody about it. But we've consulted with lawyers and stuff. It's the car itself can be like a real world car, but we can't obviously use trademarks. We can't use company names.
Sure.
However, we are in talks with several companies right now in order to actually properly license our cars. So there might be some opportunities for us to actually go back to previous collections and actually change those names into original names, just like we did with the De Leroy, I think.
Yeah.
We made a promotion with them.
Well, that's exciting news. I mean, it would definitely, give the game also more attention if people use or can use the real car models.
We're pushing for it, but obviously
like
it's
DeLorean.
not. Yeah, like DeLorean. Yeah, they were actually very, very cool, very nice company. We had a lot of fun actually talking to them. Very uncomplicated. They were like, "Yeah, just go for it. You guys are cool." And I mean,
That's good.
It's nice. It's nice to to do things the proper way, and that's what we're trying to do in future too.
Well, that's what I always liked about the project, is that from the beginning I saw it, and I think the white paper you published this quite early, like early in a sense of during the summer or so. And it was from the get-go, it was like super detailed. Everything is explained and transparent. Even in the Discord, you see what team members are buying and selling. So that's what I really like about Riot Racers so far from a personal standpoint.
Well, we try to be different because each one of us obviously participated in other projects too, and we bought NFTs and we saw what people do. And Riot Racers is much more than just a game and just it's also a community that, I mean, we just want to make things different. And we do a lot of things different, as you might have noticed.
Yeah, you do.
But one of those things is, for example, communication. Like everybody can DM me, for example, can DM Metacan or Premium Carrots, right? I mean, we saw things in communities we didn't like, and we're just like, well, why don't we change that? Why don't we just open up a little bit and and for the bigger part, it works out pretty well.
And well, I think especially for new people coming in, and so it will be worth it down the road for sure, I think. Okay, nice. The next thing I wanted to ask you is, like, from you now said where you get your inspiration from, and that you basically can design in any direction you want to go. How is the process? How does it look like actually? Like, what are maybe, I don't know. I'm not a designer. I'm an IT guy. I do software, so I have technical understanding probably.
Yeah.
But like, what are the design steps you go through? Do you start out with writing on paper, drawing on paper, and then?
Oh no, definitely not. It would be impossible to actually design from scratch each and every car and then do it that fast. Normally, for example, designing a DeLorean would take an experienced 3D designer about a week up until maybe 3 weeks.
Okay.
Depending on the detail. I'm sorry. So what I'm doing is I'm getting base models which are available, which you can buy, and then basically modifying those base models. And the real, sag ich mal, magic happens when you actually add in some different lights, when you add in some different shaders, when you play around with materials, and that's basically the way. And that's the reason why our cars look a little bit different, because of the whole lightning, because of the whole obvious, a little bit cyberpunky design style, and so on and so on. And needless to say that the last part of the cars were a little bit more into cyberpunk than the first batch of the cars. So the more cars I do, the more I kind of like define the style of Riot Racers the way that we want it to be in future. Like, for example, with the Warhammer, which is this big truck, right?
Yeah, which is unfortunately I didn't get one during the last job.
They were hard to get.
Yeah, super hard. I know. Where is it even? Yeah, only 108 so far. Yeah, it's just, well, that's a good design job, George. I have to give you credit on that one. For sure.
Yeah. This one took a while to design with all those little things, details.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, even the details on my Fuego here are super. I find on the screen in the app, you can see it better than an OpenSea. Like even the inside of the car is very much detailed, which
yes.
So,
because we do want to show actually the inside of the car in the game. It's not going to be available in the beta version, but since we're planning on obviously the whole metaverse, right? And we do need those details inside of the cars to make it just more lifelike in the future.
Awesome. I think that's nice. And then, like, from a time perspective, how long does it take you to like, from the idea of a car until the 3D model is rendered and finished?
Per car, about a day and a half up until maybe 5 days. I think for the Warhammer, I spent about 5 days to actually create everything.
Is there a game asset you would say was the hardest to design so far? Like, besides cars, or?
I think the mechanic shop. I think I spent maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 days. I think I spent about 10 days on the mechanic shop. The problem is that you don't really see basically actually all the details, but I had to make it very detailed because of some things I cannot say right now, but it had to be it had to be very detailed. And for example, you can see there's a woman on the background, who's smoking too. There's a guy under the car who's fixing some stuff. I mean, there's all this little dog there, or the cat. I mean, all those little things. All those little things really take some time to.
I didn't even see the dog yet. That's funny.
Yeah, it's a lot of small details.
And there's a bored ape in the back.
That's my.
Is that yours?
That's how you know. It's mine. Yeah.
That's so cool. Nice, good job.
I got lucky, man. I got it very cheap. I mean, I'm not a I didn't spend 100K on a JPEG.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a bunch of bored ape holders in our Discord too, and they were the same as you. They didn't spend like 50K on it. They were just super lucky. I see a lot of questions in the chat.
Yeah, we can go on with them. Don't worry. I have time, obviously.
Yeah, let me see if I can sort them in on the fly a little bit. I have a small agenda, so but That's 2 for everybody, Connie.
I'm trying to smoke less, but that means I have to smoke more. I mean, it's complicated to explain.
It's fine. Well, I had one question, I lost it now. Yeah, okay. Well, I had this one later, but let's just give it a shot.
Is there going to be advertising for Riot Racers soon? Advertisement how? Like in terms of marketing, right?
Yeah, I think I also had a question from the Discord, Riot Racers Discord. People are just like, even I was surprised as the Discord has only about 4,000 members so far. I think you don't see much advertisement or even on Twitter exposure to the outside Riot Racers world so far. So I think the question here is, what's the plan on making it more available to the general public?
I can go into the reason first of why we have only 4,000 people and why we didn't spend actually anything on advertisement so far. It's because of the demand. Like, for instance, if we 2 months ago, if we add in some advertisement, and if we had 10K people, then we would have a very big problem. Because we could never supply that type of demand.
Yeah.
So we're actually very proud that we organically actually achieved those 4,000 people without any invite bots, without any influencers, and without basically anything, just organically. And it's needless to say, after we push out the Apollo collection, we will need some advertising. We will need much more people, but then we can also supply the demand, right? But up until now, the biggest problem was we had 5 people for each one for one car, basically. Basically, the ratio was 5-1, and if it went any higher, up to 10-1, 12-1, 15-1, I believe that a lot of more people would be much unhappy, very unhappy about not getting any assets. So we didn't push marketing back then. And the second reason why we didn't do it is because we didn't have the game out yet. It's bad, in my opinion at least, and I believe the team agrees with me. It's bad to push out a product and to really advertise it and to drum rolls and teasers and stuff if you don't have it yet, right?
Yeah.
Like if I see a very cool ad on Twitter or on YouTube or whatever, and then I want to have that product, then I click on the ad, I want to download the game, or I want to log in, I want to create an account, and I want to play. I want to do it right. So I believe it's a much better way to advertise when you actually have a product. And
when you have something to back it up, the advertisement, basically.
Absolutely, of course. Yeah.
But the demand thing you said makes much sense. I mean, I've been part of, I think, the last 4 drops, and the demand was just crazy. And so it definitely makes sense. And you mentioned the Apollo drop. I think many people are here to find out more about the Apollo drop. You're laughing already. And there's one, even Wittich is asking when do the next cars drop. I think with more people coming into Riot Racers now, they obviously want to get their hands on some cars. And right now, OpenSea is quite pricey, I would say, for some models at least. So the question is when or how can we expect the Apollo drop to be happening?
The problem is it's not just a drop, basically, because we're developing the game right now, right? So we want to push out the beta version, and we have to plan everything in parallel, basically. Like, for example, we can't drop the Apollo collection right now because it would be unwise to do it because we don't have the beta out yet. However, we can't push out the beta without having probably more people actually owning cars, because otherwise we will have too less of people playing the game. So it's a lot of balancing. I think the biggest reason is this whole balancing reason. So we came to the conclusion to probably split it up. Like drop a little bit of the Apollo collection and then release the beta version of the game and see how things go. And if everything is okay, then continue with the Apollo collection. But it might be subject to change. For us, it's the most important part is to push out the beta version of the game right now. That's that's like the highest priority right now because everybody's waiting for that.
Yeah.
And there might be a drop, there might be an Apollo drop before that. It might be at around the same time like the beta, or even after that, but it's not going to be very delayed. It's probably not going to be next year. It's definitely, it should all be happening this year.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, according to the last official announcements, I think beta was announced for December 2021.
That's still a goal.
Exactly. So from what you're saying, I assume you plan on holding that timeline, which is nice. I'm excited for it. And well, what I have been asking myself also personally a lot is, what can we expect from the beta or the game itself? Like, how can I imagine it? Is it like a 2D GTA 2? If you remember GTA 2,
I remember. Yeah.
Is it like something Need for Speed Simulator? Is it like set run? I could imagine something like set run a lot, where you can watch race.
It goes a lot into set run. I mean, we have to be honest. It's the base is very similar to set run, set run.
We know what you mean.
The base is very similar, but obviously we expanded a lot, and it's still very different. But if you have to compare it, like a comparison, then in terms of gameplay, then yes, maybe that would be a good example to compare it to, but would still not be 100%. How is gameplay going to be? Well, you log into the app, you have to pick certain things which I cannot talk about right now because they're secret too. I mean, they're going to be released this month. And after you pick those certain things, you pick the car you want to drive from your garage. Depending on how many cars you have, you pick the one you want to drive, and then you enter a race. Once you submit to enter a race, you're going to look at the racetrack conditions, which are going to be, for example, today it's sunny, and you have to expect this, and this on the racetrack, and then accordingly to that information you're getting from our app, you'll have to make some adjustments to your car and to some other things that we cannot talk about. And then at some point the race will start, and you can look at the race happening in almost in real time. When the race is over, you see if you won or not.
Won or not, yeah. And then you're excited about some Riot tokens or not. So I assume
which are not worth anything, yeah. So that's basically it, yeah.
So now everybody's wondering what these certain things are, which is cool. So everybody can speculate a bit.
It's just a couple of days, man, and all of you are gonna know. I'm very, very excited about that.
Okay.
And cool. I think people will like
it. I bet. And speaking of people liking it, there's one guy giving you a shout out.
Hey, thanks, Rumbles. I appreciate it. Rumbles is one of our whales. I mean, he owns, man, he owns a lot of cars. I appreciate that. He sticked around from the very, very beginning too, just like PZ2 from the NFT Zoo. Just like Low Tapes. Low Tapes is also there from the very, very beginning. We have a lot of German friends from the very beginning.
Nice, that's good to know.
Yeah.
PZ was Benny, his rename. He was pushing it, or he's still pushing in our Discord. The Riot Racer game, every news come out and he posts it. So he's a big fan of yours for sure. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, we have to talk about one thing. I mean, people know different game assets are mechanic shops, lands, and then gas stations, obviously, which are the most valued thing in asset in the whole game. Then cars, and then the white paper talks about paintings, right? Paint shops. So I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions from about paint shops and when paint shops going to be released, and how we can also the total number of paint shops going to be released. So can you share something in that direction, since I know that there are many people interested in that?
Well, I can't share numbers, but what people could expect in terms of numbers, it's probably going to be in the same direction, like mechanic shops. And you could assume theoretically that the pricing will also be more or less into that direction, because they will not be very common. The whole point about the paint shops is to again replicate some kind of real world scenario in the metaverse, but with a little addition, which would be that hopefully at some point, for example, if you're a designer, if you do 3D design, or even if you do only 2D design, you could get a paint shop and then actually provide your own designs to other racers. That's something we think of introducing. Obviously, it's a little complicated to pull it off, but that's the whole reasoning behind the paint shop. And there's going to be a lot of different things. I mean, it's not going to be just paint. You can apply paint, but maybe there will be some vinyls too that you can put on, that you can take off, right? And a lot of small little gimmicks, again mimicking the real world. For example, I don't know where you live, but for example, here in China, we have like those little paint shops, which are basically like 8 square meters of, like some little garage somewhere with, some shirtless guy with some big chain, and he's like, yeah, I have the original Audi paint, or I have the original Porsche paint, or whatever. And you're like, yeah, okay, let me try it out. And then it's a shit job, after you see your car. So maybe we'll have that type of stuff too. I mean, we definitely want to transform the whole ride experience after the game is out. We also want to have some fun. It's not going to be just boring, and like, we definitely want to have some fun. We want to have some surprises. For example, when you're racing, you can blow a tire, or you can, so the paint shops too. But
like the real world.
Yeah.
Nice. There's also a big maybe business potential if you think of putting different, I don't know, company advertisements on the car or something, which could be quite interesting. Yeah. I was also thinking about West Coast Customs. I'm sure you also remember Pimp My Car back in the day. So that's a funny thought right there. Okay, but is there a timeline we can expect more info on paint shops? Is that also coming out this month with the news?
Information might be coming out, but the paint shops itself probably going to go out next year, because the whole because setting everything up properly and making it, the whole development of the paint shops will take a little bit more time, and it's not our first of the priority list right now, but
makes sense.
Probably next year.
Cool. And maybe if we talk about the beta version, obviously paint shops are not a part of it. Can we imagine, like, I assume it's not a full version since it's a beta, but can you elaborate a little bit on how much of the actual game will look similar, like the final game, to the beta version? Like, you know what I mean? Is there 10% published, or 90% of the game is ready in beta? Some more information about the beta version coming up.
One thing that Metacan was mentioning a lot of times, even in the very, very beginning of the game, is how much he hates beta versions who take on a year or 2 or 3 years, like some games that we don't, of course, want to mention right now, who are still in beta even 3 years after releasing the beta. So that's something we want to avoid. What people can expect from our beta version will be an almost 90%, maybe 80-something% finished product, where the beta stands basically, it's more of a safe clause in terms of backend development, bugs, obviously, little things in terms of game logic we might need to change after testing out how everything goes. So it's not going to be a 10% 2D, you have a point, that point represents your car, you have a line that represents the racetrack. No, it's not going to be like that.
Okay, good.
It's definitely going, we're trying to make it as good as possible from the very beginning, because the whole team is very picky. It's not just me. We do like quality stuff, and
so that's I think you made a few people happy here. I think
I certainly hope so.
Mega is your colleague Mega is probably not a big Top Shot fan then, since they're in beta for the last 1.5 years.
I don't remember him owing him Top Shot. No, I don't remember it.
Yeah, their beta is quite long, but we'll see where this is going. I had one one more thing I wanted to ask, and now I forgot it. Nice. Let's see. What bit was waiting for that? Well, that's all. I think that's all too much detail I have here. Yeah, I mean, people are asking about cost for car upgrades and stuff, since we don't have much information currently about how selling and buying car upgrades will be.
We're
But I
still
assume
very careful of fixating
exactly
fixating prices for upcoming stuff, because
that's what I was.
It might be in ETH, it might be in Riot tokens, but the Riot token, I mean, we don't really know what's going to happen with the Riot token, right? So we're still rethinking the whole structure in that regard. So we can't really say right now what will happen, like in January or February, in terms of prices.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it's not a good idea to set those in stone before going live.
Yeah.
Speaking of the token, I mean, the token is exciting. I was there for the launch in when was it, end of September?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago, right? I was checking when it dropped. I was checking the price, like refreshing by the minute and see how it's going. So I must have got a few. Unfortunately, I maybe even get some more. But the token is obviously a big part of the game, since it will be the in-game currency to purchase stuff and purchase upgrades and certain things we will see soon. So maybe you can share a little bit about what was the plan or the idea behind the token. What is the plan of the token in the future? I mean, a lot of people are asking about bridging, obviously, since the token is running on Ethereum and the game assets are running on Polygon. I mean that. Can you, elaborate a bit on your token plans?
Well, the token idea, I mean, because we wanted to create this whole experience a little bit more different than traditional play to earn games. So we needed an economy, obviously, and obviously with gas stations and land tracks and paint shops and mechanic shops, and in future also other additions to that spectrum of the game. It does create an economy, and it made much more sense to also create our own token for that type of economy. And needless to say that with our other upcoming games that Meta mentioned one time already, which will also make use of the Riot token, we just needed our own token. It just made much more sense to have your own token for that kind of stuff. Yeah, those one exactly. Yeah.
That one, yeah.
I can't say much more information about those two games, unfortunately, yet. But
damn, I was about to ask you. There's one question I can scratch then.
There might be some interconnectivity, because eventually everything will take place in our own metaverse. As to our own metaverse, I know a lot of people were asking to, like, why don't we just stick with Sandbox or with something which is already there, right? But the issue, for example, with Sandbox, the issue is that it's limiting you. It's limiting you a lot in terms of what you can actually create. And we just decided to go with Unity, because Unity is looking pretty much, obviously much better than Sandbox, and allows you to do some crazy 3D design, and to actually make it browser based, and to have some more kind of like PC like gameplay in the browser. So yeah, Riot token. I'm sorry, I'm fading away a little bit.
No, I think people are listening. Quite exciting if you if you talk about the future projects. Yeah, I mean, Riot token. No, I mean, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you go ahead with about the Riot token.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say about. There's a lot to come still. A lot of people are probably also asking, like in the white paper, it says it talks a lot about staking rewards and stuff, which I think will also be announced soonish.
Pretty much very soonish. Actually, they should already have been announced, but we're still making some little corrections, so expect some announcement within 24 hours or so. I believe we should be done announcing the ROC actually, and
Right.
the ROC changes, and there's some other little additions where we just want to reward people who are actually holding cars.
Yeah.
And some announcement on that will also be made very, very, very soon, because the current ROC was a good start, but we need to make some little modifications, and I think all of you gonna like them pretty much.
So you said that you already announced it. I think I have my Discord closed during the stream. Maybe you.
No. We will. I mean, it should happen within the next 24 hours, and people will see it.
Awesome. Yeah, I was actually, it was the reason why I got my land. Also, I wanted to.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I hope I still will benefit with my land.
No. We didn't change it. We didn't change it back. I mean, we didn't.
Okay, that was.
Don't worry. We just added to it a little bit to make it also more fair.
Yeah, makes sense. I think it is a lot. It needs some more dynamic. In which you probably will deliver on. I can tell from what you're saying. Yeah, well, there was one question about the Riot Metaverse. Since Metaverse is basically last week, we all heard the Meta announcement from Facebook and stuff. So everybody's talking Metaverse now.
Oh gosh,
I'm the same as you. And when I saw the keynote, I'm not a big fan of the whole Meta and Facebook story. But
I better don't comment on this because
it's fine. You can comment. It's a free. Everybody has his opinions, but it doesn't do anything to Riot Racers, I assume. So I had one. No, go on.
It might lead to Metacan changing his name, because obviously, I mean, come on, this is just crap. I mean, needless to say, Mark Zuckerberg, he watches in our Discord, so Metacan's name, so what we're planning, and then they just decide to transform it, into. They just stole our idea, man. So what can we do? I mean,
yeah, it's never been a big fan of Facebook, but
I'm just kidding. For those who don't understand, some little irony. Don't quote me on this.
I think they got it. Well, you spoke quickly on the sandbox involvement and stuff. I had a question in that direction, but obviously, you guys not have any plans in the near future to be involved with sandbox.
Look, we might do some stuff for sandbox too. We just see how it develops. I mean, if sandbox is really going to be the place to be for each and every big project, then obviously we need to get in there too. But we're not going to have our races in sandbox, but we might do a shop or something else for people to do in sandbox connected to Riot. But we see how it develops, because sandbox, the central land, and now there are some other new new metaverses popping up, right?
Popping up every day,
yeah,
it's crazy.
That changes fast.
So fast in this space. We had one question in the chat here. I think that's more of a technical question. Well, we all know or you guys announced that there will be some. Do we have details on that yet? What the airdrop will be for Genesis car holders?
I cannot say what it will be, but you will know at November the 3rd, probably. If everything goes by plan, then we will make an announcement, and everybody of you will know what you will get dropped, and it's going to be one NFT per car. We're not going to separate it per wallet, so we spare you guys, creating multiple wallets. And
thank goodness. No, I think that's the proper way to do it. Okay, so we got that.
It's going to be one per car, just to confirm. Yeah.
I'm just browsing through the chat, so we don't. I mean, people are writing. It's nice.
Take your time. Don't worry. Should I?
Yeah, I think one guy needs definitely some ETH to buy some more cars. It's also fun.
Fingers, Riot Racer Poker.
Right.
Yeah.
What's Facebook? I also like. Oh, that's maybe from your whale holder Rumbles asks, will the airdrop be different for each class or all the same? So our legendary cars get better airdrops or?
No, they're not getting better airdrops. But the airdrop is going to be how to say. I mean, I don't want to reveal too much. How do I say this without revealing it too much? I mean, needless to say, in this airdrop, there will be different NFTs, right? And some of them will also be. Some of them will also be common. Other will be more not legendary. Other will be more uncommon. So everybody will get a fair chance of receiving something more uncommon. Oh
yeah.
God, this is so.
It's fine, hey George. I mean, that's what we get for talking about a game.
I wanna say it. I wanna spill it out, but it's it's very difficult, by the way. I mean, because there are some things we're working on, I believe, for the last 3 months. And I know I'm working on them. And like, for example, in the meantime, some people are asking me, why don't you do any more crypto whips, or why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And I can't just tell them, guys, I'm focused on this thing. And then if they knew what I'm focused on, they would be like, yeah, take your time, don't worry. So
the daily struggles of a creative director.
Yeah,
I guess.
man. I could never be a politician or something. Imagine the secrets you have to keep in your head, and then
No, I think you do a good job of not revealing too much secrets, but getting people still very excited for what's coming up. Speaking of coming up, maybe I also, that's something I ask my guests a lot, if they have an upcoming project, if there's any, like within the team or even for yourself, is there any measurement of success? So like when would you call it this whole road trip you're on, basically, pun intended, that it has been a successful one, or are you just saying it's already a success? Or
no, of course. I mean, I think it really depends on what you compare your success to, right? I mean, but if we don't compare it, if we just talk about, I mean, if you ask me personally, is this about Riot, or are you asking me like what is success? It's a little different.
Well, I ask you maybe I mean, you design all the cars and the assets. Obviously, you want to do the project do well. So
yeah,
what is doing well? What does it mean to you? When would you say, okay, nice, this is really success?
So the moment that we talk again with you after maybe, I don't know, 12 years, and your little kid comes walking up into the room, and he's like that big, and he's like, oh, it's Uncle George. And then I ask your kid, hey, do you try out that new car, and then he's like, yeah, I love it, Uncle George. That's success. That would mean success, because it would mean that we were on the market for the last 10 years. People are still playing the game. People are still enjoying it. Yeah. And it went from one generation into the next, which is exactly what Need for Speed did for me, right? And I think that's success in terms of, gaming and in a company, like if you want to say so, like a commercial success, right?
Yeah.
Privately is completely different. Obviously, privately success is not measured by those things, right?
No, I was speaking on the project side. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. So I don't know if you're married, if you have plans, but
Well, I do. I got engaged recently, but
congrats,
I don't have kids yet. We'll see. If I have any kids, I will definitely tell them from Uncle George.
I'll sponsor the car. I'll sponsor the first car. Okay, just make sure we talk again in 10 years, and then you ask me again what is success. What do I want from Riot Racers?
Well, that's a hell of an answer for sure. Thanks for that. Cool, man. I have some more questions. I mean, we could do the giveaway now. I think people are also excited for that. Since maybe a few will get their first Riot tokens in their wallets. Let's see if we have a few more questions. Well, there's some very technical questions. about well, I mean, that question actually has
will there be a skin store for vehicles
yeah,
that could be purchased with right sort of?
there's a lot of potential there. If I think of all the Call of Duties and stuff, which sell, like they make most of the money by basically selling this
Yeah,
how do you call them in English, minor
yeah,
transactions,
skin.
yeah,
Yeah.
skin tones and stuff. So is there anything planned in that direction?
Well, yeah, the paint shops basically.
Okay.
Those will be responsible, but we might also we might also create a microtransactions. Yeah,
a minor micro.
but we might also create some kind of little store where you can actually change apply those skins to your cars or even design your own ones. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Okay. Have you gone over paint shops? Yes. We did go over paint shops. Well, yeah. In case somebody joined late, I will be uploading this on YouTube tomorrow. So.
Oh boy.
If you're fine with it, George. I mean.
Nah, I'm okay.
I put you in the spot now. But we have some people joining from like. There was one guy in the Discord from Japan. He misses it because he's sleeping right now. What you should be doing. Also,
no problem. Konnichiwa, yeah.
No, but let's give away some tokens. I mean,
yeah, that's what we should have.
That's what we promised. So let's keep
stop those boring questions and give away some tokens. How do you do that?
I do that with Nightbot. It's like a software.
Wait a sec. Let's open up the chat. Wait a sec. Where's the chat? There you go. Okay. So
how it works is like I define a word. So basically, I don't define a word. It's everybody who is active in the chat the last couple of minutes. So everybody who wants to participate, type something in now. Whatever it can go, it can be whatever you want, and then it's just roll it, and then it selects one guy. And I don't know how we will transfer them. I think we will contact people on the Discord via Discord then, and then.
You get you just get their wallets and then you send them to me and then I take care of it.
Yeah, I mean just because they might have be different names from Twitch to Discord. So but that I will be tracking them down. So I just make a note here of people winning it.
And something we're working on too right now, by the way, is to actually get right on Polygon. And to also create a Polygon bot in our Discord server, which means that everybody actually right now having Riot tokens on the Discord server will in the future be able to just transfer them to Polygon, which basically means almost no fees. And this will be a big thing.
I love it, man. I was trying to transfer from Discord to my wallet.
I know.
And it told me I have two less balance to transfer them. So that's good news for everybody for sure. Okay, we have 30 people eligible right now. So if anybody wants to join the Discord, please, now is the time. 30 people. I would say we roll it once and then we see. First guy is winning is Try Guy 777. Congrats on 333 Riot token, right? We said we split the 1,000 to make it more fun for other people. Yeah, if you would be so nice and send me your Discord name. Well, just in the chat here, I track you down, and later I can check the chat. That's the first one. Awesome, thanks guys. He's saying, cool. It even shows me only his chats here. Man, I love the software they make for streaming these days. It's just crazy. Yeah, that was the first one. Should we just go ahead with the second one?
I don't know. Well, whatever you want to do. I put away 2-3 hours for this whole thing. So if you have questions,
you have to go to bed at some point.
It's not 6 o'clock yet. I have still 2 hours to go. Don't worry. If I don't talk to you, I have to work. So I mean,
oh boy.
You understand my problem.
I don't know what is worse. What's worse, but I usually go like an hour or so because it's just turns out to be the most convenient time. But so we're fine. We can chat a bit. Let's roll it again for the second guy.
Safe word is airbender.
Safe word is airbender. Nice. I love it.
What are those safe words? What are you talking about? Okay. Now I get it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just reading. Okay, that's it. 3, 2, 1. We wrote it again, and the next one who is winning, the real Nancy bot win. Well, I hope it's not a bot who wins, but
the real Nancy bot win.
I will make sure these. I will make sure these people are legit in the Discord. I won't.
Yes, please.
Be giving. There's also the requirement to be able to be joined in the Riot Racers Discord. Otherwise, there's no chance you're gonna win any tokens. Let's see if I have.
Yeah, they should be in the Riot Racer Discord. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, definitely. So also for you, no bot. Yeah, he says no bot. Nice. Also, the real Nancy Botwin, just send me your Discord name. Also, you can just put it in the chat right here. It pops up. Then I can note that down. Nice. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? Do you have a question for us, maybe, George? Do you want to know something about the NFT Zoo? I can tell you that we have plenty of assets in the zoo.
How much are you allowed to say?
About what? About our community?
About the NFT Zoo, yeah.
There are no secrets in the zoo.
Yeah, that's what they all say. I don't know. I didn't check for a long time. I have no idea, like how much, how are the tokens going? I like, well, what's the current situation? I mean, I remember I bought some tokens because Pizza 2 offered them to me, and I trust him more than I do trust my fiance.
That's kind of rough. I hope she doesn't.
We have a very special. No, she doesn't speak English, which is very amazing, and it's great. Yeah, and I don't really know what happened to that.
No, well, it's actually, I don't know, but you probably bought it right in the beginning. So for everybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, we have the Zubies token. There's one guy who, oh no, yeah, thanks, Director. Zubies for the win, which represents basically just a representation of what we as a group invested in, right? We invested in some projects, also Riot Racers and also Voxies, and some projects we thought would be nice in the future to have. And the Zubi is basically just a representation of this whole fund. And I don't know how much you have. You don't have to share it. But that's basically your percentage of the wallet currently you own. So the Zubi token is not something you can trade or anything so far. We have plans in that direction maybe in the future. But I mean, we're 400 people right now. Out of 400, maybe 50 are active. So you know how it is in these communities. We have to see how this goes. But right now, the Zubis are, well, they increased quite well with in
it increased quite quickly. I mean, I remember when I got into the NFT, so we were like 30 people, 40 people. Like I think it was like 2 months ago, and right now it's already 400 something. I believe it's safe to say it's the biggest German NFT community, right?
I hope so. I found another one last week, which is a little bit more general investment stuff, but they also talk a lot about NFTs. They have like 1,000, but we'll see. We're getting there. I mean, it's not all about quantity, right? We also do have we do want people who.
It's all about quality. It's all about people like you and Pizza too, obviously. And,
so we want not just quantities, but also quality. That's good. Okay, let me write that down, and then let's go ahead with the final.
How many Riot assets do you actually do we have in the NFT Zoo right now? Do we have a gas station actually, or a mechanic shop?
No, we missed the gas station. Unfortunately, I remember it was the third purpose, but we stayed awake like a lot of us stayed awake very late because you do drops at like 1 a.m. in Germany. But we didn't get a gas station. No, that's fine. You do drops wherever.
We cannot change it because the majority is unfortunately still American. But you know, if hopefully the NFT Zoo rises, and then maybe
So what we do have is we have a mechanics, a billboard, 1 track, and 7 cars.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's nice.
And there's one. Whose idea was
Namlos. I hope you can answer. Whose idea? Was it to do Riot Racers? This was Metacan. Metacan came up with the idea. He's the founder of Riot Racers. He in the past he created several companies. It was his idea basically to create Riot Racers.
maybe we can get him on a stream in the future when the game launches or something.
I think he will be up to, definitely. I don't think there will be any problem, but he's pretty busy right now because he's basically handling everything and the development, overseeing the development, and like talking to him is like always like messages. I mean, he's probably the most busy guy from our core team. Yeah,
it's a tough time for sure work-wise when you launch a game to beta soon, or
definitely.
Yeah, definitely give him some time before we invite him to the to the stream. Okay, let's roll it again. We have one more 333, so we have 333 more tokens to give away. Let's see. Everybody wants to participate, just chat now. Everybody, let's go. Are they writing? Nice. Oh, that's number. Oh, I missed it. What is it, 4?
Yeah, see, you don't know. Yeah, I don't know too. We will see later how many people in the chat.
I'm sure somebody knows. Okay, let's roll. We have 35 people eligible, and we roll the dice, and the winner is... Nope, that's not the winner. It's incredible. I tell you why this is not the winner. Because this is my girlfriend, and she's watching.
No, it's okay. Come on, why not? I mean,
but this is the third time she wins this thing, and I won't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for her. We just voted again. Okay, that's the Timmy won. That's our winner.
Man, if you treat your girlfriend like this, I don't think my dream talking to you after 10 years and you actually having a kid that big will come true. I'm sorry.
I give her some of mine, but it would be quite suspicious if I would like.
Yeah.
She wins all the time, so I want to be legit here, and give it to people I don't know personally quite well. Timmy won. Nice. Timmy won. Send me your Discord.
Congrats, Timmy.
I think I know him also from the Discord, right?
Don't be ashamed, Timmy, that you won his girlfriend's tokens. I mean, don't be ashamed of it. It's okay, mate. I mean,
they have like in German, they have like a Schmeckle. We say in the Swabian.
A Schmeckle,
yeah. That's okay. He'll be fine. Just loading it down. What's his name is nice, but I've seen him around. I will find him. Cool, awesome. Well, George, I think I mean, if you want to talk about anything further, we can go. Otherwise, I would really say I want to give you some sleep. It's almost 4. What is it? 4:15 now.
4:15, correct.
Holy shit. No, I think everybody is super excited that you answered so many exciting stuff. And I mean, you said you wanted to share some news. Did you share them, or is there something still to be shared?
Let me think about it. What I forgot. What was I able to leak? No, you forgot to ask some questions, and that's why I forgot to actually give you the news. Let me.
What?
Wait a second.
I went through my notepad. I thought I counted them all.
Can you wait a sec?
Was it about? No,
Yeah.
What did I miss?
So basically, the leak is that you will be able to rent your cars out to other people.
I missed that one. True.
You did miss that one. Yeah, you're doing a very bad job, by the way. I mean, it's amazing how many questions you missed.
I seriously, that's maybe the only one I missed in this whole notepad. I'm sorry, guys.
Keep on drinking, and miss more questions. I mean,
I wasn't born for this. I just do this out of.
Benny, if you're still here, I mean, nah, it's not going to work out, my friend.
Come on.
So you will be able to rent out your cars, and you will be able to actually make ride tokens by renting out your cars. So everybody who has like 30, 40, 50 cars in their garage don't have to just keep them there, but you will actually be able to rent them out. It's not going to work in the beta, but it's going to work in the gold version. I mean, in the final version of the game, which will be hopefully available in the first quarter of next year.
So renting out means assuming I pay somebody some Riot token to use his car to drive and try to earn Riot token myself?
Well, we didn't really figure out the mechanics of it completely up until now, but you will earn a fee for renting out the car. You might even also earn a percentage of the winning that the person is making, but the bigger amount will definitely be for the person actually renting out the car to keep things fair. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And something else, another thing I can leak is that we're talking to several exchanges right now to list Riot token on exchanges, because we cannot just forever go on with Uniswap.
Yeah.
And there might be some surprises coming, and there might even be some bigger surprises coming within November and December. So we're trying to again balance everything together out in order to
that's exciting. But
no,
we'll see how the Riot token value jumps up after the stream.
Nah, it shouldn't. I mean, hopefully it doesn't jump up. I mean, it's again. Let's give more people an opportunity to actually buy in first, and then
Seriously. Well, that's exciting. Thanks for sharing it. And I'm sorry again that I missed the plan out. Yeah, I have a plan idea to rent out cars.
Yeah. Benny, if you need a new host, auch in Deutsch kein Problem.
And Chinese also, no problem, right?
In Chinese also, yeah.
I mean, how many languages do you speak? Four languages?
4. If you count in Latin, then 5. But
Latin is not a language for me.
It's not a language, yeah. Not a language.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You see, you got hired and I got fired. That's I think a good resume of the whole stream.
At least you have a bottle next to you, so you won't be it won't be too hard. Obviously, your girlfriend's not going to keep you any company after you again didn't give her the price. So okay,
I mean,
a bottle is a bottle, man.
I lost my job and my girlfriend in the stream. I mean, what's more to say there?
Yeah, you still have your wallet.
I still have my wallet. Yeah, exactly. That's it, and my Top Shot account. Man, cool. No, George, really, it has been a lot of fun. We should definitely do this again someday when there's more exciting stuff to see or show, or I don't know. I mean, feel free if you guys want to show something via a stream. I hope I would be honored to have Sadi on during the beta, or I don't know.
We can maybe do it monthly, or maybe every 2 months. Maybe we can connect with each other, and
absolutely,
we can share some news. I think it's going to be pretty busy after we launch the game and after we launch the airdrop next month. So there will be a lot of things to talk about. And the more we grow, the more viewers you will have too, the more questions will come in, and then thanks for having me to talk about Riot.
Thank you so much. Then I would say I leave you to your bed, and I wish you a very resting night.
You will leave me to the chair behind me. Yeah.
Are you seriously continuing to work now? Are you?
I just finished my coffee, so I still have an hour maybe of work. And then,
wait, how does it work? What's your sleeping schedule? Then you go to bed at 6 and wake up at
6 in the morning up until 2 afternoon, something like that. Yeah.
That's fun. Sounds like. Well, you never need breakfast. That's one thing.
It's true. Yeah. All right. Thanks for having me, mate.
Thank you so much. I see you soon. And you can just leave this here, and then I say goodbye to the people.
Okay, thanks everybody for joining me on my first live stream. Actually,
to George. Hey, I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye. Okay. I wouldn't want him to stick around any longer if he needs to work still. So anyway, this has been a lot of fun. Congrats again to the 3 winners, and I hope most of the questions got answered. I know I missed one at least. I'm sorry for that, but nobody's perfect, right? And I would be happy to do that again. Like I said in the beginning, we do this every once or twice, every week or every second week. That's what I was about to say. And we announce it in our Discord, or I announce it via my Twitter. Maybe that we post this these links in here. And yeah, there are other few projects I want to interview. We'll see how it goes in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully this stream helped and made a good impression at some people. Whoa, no, I posted the same link twice. I'm sorry. So if anybody has a nice project or a nice interview or a nice guest, which we could be talking to, or anybody is maybe somebody interesting to talk to, just contact me. But you have to. I turned off my DMs in Discord, so you have to send a friend request or send me a message on Twitter, and my Twitter is this one here. Fuck this. So sorry, I swear. This is my Twitter here, and then we can work something out. I would be happy to have more people joining here. And yeah, with that, like I said, follow us, NFT Zoo. Follow me on Twitter and leave a follow here. I thank everybody very much for tuning in, and I see you on the next NFT Zoo stream with some exciting guests, hopefully again. And until then, have a good week, everybody, and stay safe. See ya.